Shalom, this is Yehudit Goldfarb from Tzfat. It's now the third day in my series of 100 days of Sarah's meditation square, or magic square. It's a meditation square, happens to be 10 rows horizontal, 10 rows up and down, and altogether there are 22 different pathways, 10 horizontal, 10 vertical, and 2 diagonals, all of which the numbers within it from 1 to 100 add up to 505, which is the gamatria for the name Sarah. That's why it's called Sarah's Meditation Square. So we're going to explore together what it means to go through this particular patterning of the numbers from 1 to 100. And we'll see how sometimes the numbers fall in their place of the number on, if you were just counting across, each line across, and sometimes they don't. So the third day, it's the first day that it doesn't. We had, the first day was Aleph, the second day was Bet, but the third space, the third room as it's called, in the house of Keter across the top row, is a Zadi and a Het. It's the number 98. And so we're going to do that as a practice, combining the number with all the sounds of the Sefirot from Keter down to Malkhut. So I'm going to do this first, and then we'll do the Anabakoa prayer, which is a 42-day count from the 3rd of Tevet until Tu B'Shvat. First we'll do the 100 count. So the third day of the 100 count, it's the 6th of Tevet today. So it's like the Zadi goes like this. You lift your left heel when your right heel as the right hand goes out. And then as you put your weight on the right heel, the left hand bends. Right points up and left points up. That's the Zadi. And then bring it down. And the other foot, if the left heel's up, the left hand goes forward, the right bends. The supporting foot. This is Zadi. The Het is a bend over letter. You step to the side, dip your knees, come up and over like you're guiding. Bend your knees, facing the earth with your head between your hands. Lift your hips, then bend again and unfurl yourself. So there's a slight bend, a strong bend, and then lift your hips, keeping your knees slightly bent, and come up. That's the Zadi and the Het. We'll combine them 10 times, each time combining them with a sound for the nikudot. So starting with Keter, it's a Kamatz, and then we go to the Patach, and the Bina is the Sarah, and so on. So let's start. Sa. Ha. Sa. Ha. Say. Hey. Hesed. Sa. Ha. Oops. That's a Hesed movement. Ha. It's more complicated if you do movements for each of the vowels. At the moment, I'm just going to do the consonants. Gabura is a se and a Chet. And then Holam. So, Ho. Staying on the right for Netzach. Week. See. He. Od. Su. Who. Sod. Su. Who. And Malkhut. Pause, letting the energy come through. And then I mark each room in this 100 square meditation square for Sarah by acknowledging and doing the sound and shapes of the vowels from 1 to 10. The top row being all the row of Keter, and the far left row all Keter, and the next one for Hakma, and the next one over from the left side is Hakma. So for the third day, I'm in the top row, so I start with the Kamatz for Keter, and then I have the Tzareh for Bina, the third of the Sefirot. The Sefirot that we're doing. So I do a Kamatz and a Tzareh. We'll do it 5 times, 1 for each level of soul. Starting from the top level, bringing the energy down all the way through me. For Yechidah, Chayah, Neshamah, Ruach, and Nefesh. So feet are shoulder width apart. First pair combination is the Kamatz and the Tzareh. Ah. A. Ah. A. Ah. A. Ruach. Ah. A. And the Nefesh. Ah. A. So in this series, I'm doing grounding my long line through Keter as the first sound, and the variation on that as the second vowel. So that's what we have for today for the third day of the 100-day count. Now the 42-day count from 3rd of Tevet until Tu B'Shvat, 15th of Shvat, is now the 4th day of that count. It started a day before. And so there we're on the 4th word of the top line of Ana B'Koach. Ana B'Koach, the top line is the line of Chesed, traditionally. We know this when we recited in the counting the Omer. We're only going to do 6 words and then another 6 words in the series to 42. So we're now on the fourth of the top line. So here the energy is Hesed, and of the place of Hesed, it's the Netzach. That's the combination. But the word is Yemina, Ymincha, Ymincha. Your right arm, your right hand. So it's a Yud, a Mem, a Yud, a Nun, and a Chaf. Sophie. 4 times each world. That was a Silu. Now for Bria. The other side. Mem. Nun. Chaf Sophie. Yetzirah. We'll do this one again. We'll distract it there. Good. Mem. Good. Nun. Sophie. A little activity in the background. Then I want to review the letters, just the first letters of each of the words we've had so far. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, and now Yud, doing the sidearm Yud. Place of Netzach, victory and perseverance. That's artillery, the background defensive artillery. They're still in a time of war here. It's usually quiet in Sfat. And my practice of doing movements and trying to create a vessel in myself, balanced and harmonious as I can, to be a channel for the light to come in. And each of these exercises is a way of working to build that vessel and strengthen that vessel, and a good physical practice to keep my body in balance and harmony. So I bless us all with that ability within times of stress, particularly to find our inner balance and to create practices for ourselves to keep ourselves in balance and keep ourselves directed at actualizing our individual potential to the highest degree. And with Bina is with a sense of overall understanding and acknowledgement and appreciation of the multiplicity of manifestation, and tapping into the source with Keter and Netzach of Hesed, open kindness, in its aspect of endurance and purposefulness. All of that is a part of this 6th day of Tevet and the 4th day of the count in Arba and the 3rd day of the count of the 100 squares of Sarah's meditation square. All blessings to you.